You know why you feel invisible? It's because you've been shrinking. You're just filling space, showing up for everybody else's dreams, carrying everybody else's weight, but never stepping into the life you were born to build. And you know it. You've had moments, flashes of greatness, moments when the light hit you just right and you remembered who you are, but you couldn't hold it. You couldn't stay there, and here's why. You underestimated yourself. You believed a lie. Maybe one the world spoke over you, maybe one you whispered to yourself late at night. But I came here today to tell you, you are not small. You are not invisible. You are great. And if you keep living under the weight of that lie, there's a price. There are consequences, and today we're going to call them out. Okay, here are the consequences. First, others will use you for secondary and bit roles. When you forget your own greatness, you allow yourself to be cast as an extra in a story you were meant to star in. You carry burdens that were never yours to carry. And you accept applause for surviving when you were meant to thrive. They call you to fix their emergencies, to applaud their wins, but somehow your own dreams never get a microphone. Neville Goddard said, "Change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live." When you stop shrinking, you stop waiting for an invitation. You walk in like you were already expected. You create your table when none is offered. You stop asking for permission to be powerful. Second, you will convince yourself you are less than who you are. The longer you live under the shadow of smallness, the more you begin to call it home. You explain away your brilliance. You excuse your silence. You downgrade your own dreams to make your doubts feel comfortable. Maxwell Maltz said, "Low self-esteem is like driving through life with your handbrake on. But when you realize your greatness, you don't just release the brake, you hit the gas. You stop minimizing your wins. You stop doubting your worth. You move like you belong, because you do." Third, you will attract people who benefit from your smallness. Smallness is magnetic, but not to the right things. It pulls in users, takers, opportunists, people who love you broken because it benefits them. But the moment you start rising, the moment you start walking differently, you start losing those who were never for your healing in the first place. Mel Robbins said, "You are one decision away from a completely different life." The decision to believe in yourself filters your circle. Suddenly, you're surrounded by people who push you higher, not pull you down. You realize that real love claps when you win. Fourth, you will miss the opportunities that were meant for you. Doors do not wait forever. Every moment you delay, every time you second guess, the life you were meant to live grows colder in the waiting room. Wayne Dyer said, "You'll see it when you believe it." And when you do believe it, opportunities flood in. You step into rooms you once thought were too grand. You find yourself welcome where you once felt invisible. Not because the world changed, but because you did. And finally, you will start to believe life is against you. Stay small long enough, and the whole world starts to look hostile. Every no feels personal. Every closed door feels final. But it's not the world that turned against you. It's your own reflection crying out for you to remember who you are. Joe Dispenza said, "Your personal reality is created by your personality." When you walk differently, life walks differently towards you. You become a magnet for favor, for opportunities, for light. Not because the world suddenly liked you, but because you finally loved yourself enough to show up. Let's talk about affirmations to drill this home. I know some of you feel it right now. The shift, the awakening, the truth trying to rise inside you. But don't just feel it, speak it. Power grows when it's spoken. Say these words out loud and say them like you mean them. I was born to stand tall. I am powerful beyond measure. I trust my gifts and my greatness. I rise without apology. I claim the life that was waiting for me. Now let's do some visualizations. I want you to see it, because once you can see it, you can walk in it. Close your eyes and hold these visions in your spirit. See yourself stepping onto a stage you once thought you weren't good enough for, and the crowd rising to their feet before you even say a word. See yourself standing in front of a mirror, smiling at the reflection of a person who no longer doubts, no longer shrinks, no longer waits, but walks boldly in purpose. Okay, let's bring this to a close. If you're ready to stop shrinking and start shining, type "I am great" in the comments right now. Let the universe and yourself hear you speak it, and subscribe, because the journey back to your greatness has just begun. You were never invisible. You were never too much. You were never not enough. You just forgot, but now you remember. And once you realize your greatness, your life will never be the same. Stop shrinking. Start shining. The world's been waiting on you.